Welcome. I'm Buck Baskin. I'm the Instructional Technology Specialist here in Sunnyvale ISD, and I'm here with Jennifer Settle, our Director of Professional Learning. And we just wanted to give you some of our just top 5 best practices for parents as we prepare for a different yet exciting school year.
Our first tip, number 1, is help and remind your child to check emails and Google Classroom daily. There's going to be some very important information sent by the teachers and your campus administrators, so please help them check their school emails. Also, we are using Google Classroom as our learning platform again this year. This is where class assignments will be given, and students that are at home are going to be expected to turn in assignments through the Google Classroom.
And remember that this is something that's a skill that will carry over once they go to college or in professional life. So showing these things and setting up these best practices for them is going to be a skill that's going to carry them on into next phases of life. Second is help remind your child to use ClassLink. ClassLink is a dashboard that makes it easier for your student to access their electronic textbooks as well as other supplemental resources that we provide for them. So you go to the link below to access ClassLink, and then from there are icons with each resource that we use, and they store the username and password there, so it makes it super simple for them to sign on and access those resources.
Number 3 is help your student communicate with his or her teacher. This is always a very important skill for students to learn, but it's especially going to be important this year. If a student is working on an assignment at home and they have questions or they're unclear about the instructions, please have them ask the questions. Our teachers, coaches, directors, administrators, we all want to help. And so please help your student learn how to communicate via email and help teachers assist them with their questions.
Okay, our fourth tip is help your child set a schedule for classwork. Routines are extremely helpful to students and make great strides for them being successful in their education. Whether they're doing a full day at school, the hybrid of being half day at school and half day at home, or just doing at home learning, routines are going to be extremely important for them. Now, we understand that those routines, again, will look different depending on the instructional setting they're in and also what your work schedule may be and when you can be there to support them or check in on them, depending on the age of the student. So whatever that routine is that works for your family, really set that up and lock that in and then stick to it. It's going to be a huge help for your student this school year.
Number 5, help your student to practice professional etiquette when joining a class virtually. Some things that may help with a couple of tips: use the link on their Google Classroom to join. Each student will have in the subject Google Classroom that they are joining, there is a link that will stay at the top of the main page and they're able to access that. Also, join in a quiet place and you have the mute button on. Your camera also needs to be on to allow the teacher to see you. Remember to check your background prior to joining. This is very, very helpful. And this is a tip for even adults need to learn. If joining during class time, unmute or use the chat feature to ask a question or participate in class. Parents, we want to help you as much as we can, whether you are at home joining blended or your student is in person. We know that you are making the best decision for your student and we want to help. Please stay safe, Raiders, and thank you for joining us today.